Good afternoon, London, and yes, this is my lively daily update here in London. Welcome back. Just kind of trying to do this as frequent as possible because I kind of enjoy doing this anyway. Just if you guys don't know me, my name is Cheng, and for those who know who I am from Facebook, from YouTube's, and yeah, you know what. Who I am anyway, so I'm a photographer, and so I'm still trying to evolve this live stream at the moment. What sort of thing I'm going to do and what sort of thing I'm going to talk about. So today is more like a general update once again, because I'm still trying to test out all the equipment I'm using at the moment, and still kind of evolve fine-tuning my setup, my screen, and how it looks like, like a B cam that I have at the moment facing the screen, or actually no, this is the A cam, this is the B cam here. So I'll be trying a lot of things today, so just to make sure that everything runs smoothly and nicely, so this can be becoming more of a regular thing that I'll be doing for the foreseeable future, so long that I'm working from home. Anyway, so this is the second day or second daily stream that I'm doing at the moment, since we are kind of locked up at home. So you might hear some noises because the kids at the background, they are watching some TV at the moment. This is kind of the only way to keep it quiet just a little bit. Don't know if you guys can hear me properly. If you don't, please let me know. And I'm not entirely sure how many are watching. I can see that there are 4 people watching me at the moment. So if you guys can type something, I want to see whether the comment will show up on my screen, because then I can reply directly from here. I'm not entirely sure how this would work at the moment, because I'm using a totally separate program to do this live stream at the moment, so I'm not connected to Facebook through my browser, so I have absolutely no idea what it looks like. But anyway, this is the 25th of March. Like I mentioned, this is the second day of lockdown in London. We are okay. Yesterday my wife went out to do some shopping, so we should be good for another week, and then we can go back out again. So the government is not stopping that. Of course, this is essential, this is critical, so people need to get food, so this is something we will continue to do until, well, actually this is normal, isn't it? Anyway, okay, this morning what we did some exercise, for the past 3 days we've been doing it. We try to keep it as active as possible, because my wife is worried that we as soon as I step outside to do a run or something, I might catch something. So at the moment I'm banned from going outside unless I'm doing something urgent. But anyway, so this is a shout out for a guy that we watched this morning. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys might have seen him already, so let me just try to bring him in. And it's actually pretty cool because yeah, you might have seen his video, and this is the Joe Wicks body coach channel, and so we've been following him this morning doing some exercise. Every morning he's live streaming, and for half an hour from 9 o'clock to 9:30. So yeah, this is kind of our daily routine now. We've just been following him to do something which is actually pretty cool. Got me sweated, got me really exhausted afterward, because I haven't been exercising since the kids was born, so it was quite some time. So like my body's still trying to adjust to it, and that's pretty cool. But anyway, let's go back to me, and so big shout out to him. He's doing a fantastic job, and his channel it's just suddenly ballooned, and from I can see from his previous video he has like 50,000-60,000 views. That now in the last few days he's jumped up to 2.5 million views, and that's how popular he becomes. So the whole nation's watching him. That's good. So and just general London news. If you guys not following what happened to UK at the moment, especially in London, that's where we are. So I'm saying hello to a lot of you guys who are outside the UK, like my family in Hong Kong and Canada, US. If you guys been watching, so I'm trying to give you some update, and even friends from across the globe. So because this video I'm finally making it public, so I'm not actually doing it as a private or friends only. So this is at the moment a public stream, so everybody can watch. So people around the world, London is in lockdown, like I mentioned, and we haven't we're not given the freedom to go outside unless it's really urgent and critical. Something that I was been searching around and trying to give you some kind of weird updates, because I at the moment, like you can see that if I switch on my B cam, that's my B cam that I'm facing the screen at the moment, and so this of course is the built-in camera from my MacBook Pro, and is really horrible because it's maximum resolution 720, and is just the quality just awful. So I was been looking for another camera. So but at the moment, the hi Terry. Oh, I can see it now. Can you hear me? And that's good. So looks like the comment section is working now, so I can actually see live comment pop out, and that's good. That's what I want to see. Yeah, talk about the second camera. So because I can't order anything now, Amazon now prioritizing the deliveries for essential goods only. So anything you ordered, it will take a month to arrive. So this is something that is going to be a little bit difficult for a lot of people, especially like creatives like myself, want to, let's say, get some gears to hi from Bangkok, yay. And so that's pretty cool. And so what happened is Amazon's now prioritizing all these essential goods delivery. So anything you order, anything basically, computers, hard drive, lights, anything will take at least a month to arrive, and so that's not very good. And a lot of retail shops in London now are closed, and the online stores are still open, but because they are restricting their delivery, so a lot of the things that you want to order, you want to get, they are not available. And once it's sold out, and that's it, you have to wait until whenever the next shipment is. That's not too good, isn't it? Like, let me switch back to the proper cam. And so yeah, that's something I was looking for, because I can't order another cam link to link another camera up. So I was looking for maybe a cheap option. Let's get a webcam, just stuck it on top of it, at least at 1080, so it will be a little bit better quality than the current MacBook Pro FaceTime camera, because it really is rubbish. But then I went around, I went across the whole spectrum of websites in London and in the UK. All the webcams sold out, which is kind of weird, because Terry, yes, internet is fixed, and thank you for asking. And so that's why I can do the streaming finally. So the webcam is completely sold out now. You can't get any webcam. I think everyone is basically, because of social distancing and not supposed to visit relatives and friends. So everyone, especially elderly, if they have a computer, if they don't use iPhone a lot, whatever, for whatever reasons, webcam is sold out, everything. And this is the first, I've never thought they would be that popular. And then also secondly is some news that you may or may not have heard about the UK job situations. A lot of people have been laid off because shops are closed and people aren't working. And despite what the government has introduced last week about the huge rescue package for a lot of employees, and people are struggling to find benefits, and I mean, like, apply for benefits. People are queuing up and down the countries, and they aren't getting the aid that they need, really. So that's not so good. Let me know what you think about your country and what's happening around your area as well. So I'm curious to find out as well. Then another thing is I'll actually write it down. So how prepared I am. I'm really prepared. Yeah, actually, this is one thing that I want to highlight. I want to bring it up because it's been at the back of my mind for a long time. I haven't really spoken out about since the internet issues, like Terry. You hear about that, yeah, Terry? And yeah, internet is one of the things that is, I think, as a country as a whole in the UK, is really, really behind. And now we even see how critical it is about not just internet, but anything that is very basic, that things that we take it for granted, that the government is ignoring. And I think as a whole, despite what they're talking about, the new technologies, 5G, this and that, but we just don't have the backbone that is up to date to support the rest of the systems. And so, in fact, I think if government wants to, pump some money in talking about mobile technology, why don't they just fix the basic, like, fiber to houses? At the moment, like, we are still struggling with bandwidth because of this COVID-19, and even people are worried about streaming quality. Because everyone has to work from home, and the network is overloaded. That's not very good. So it's to that extent, I think people need to understand, or at least the government needs to understand, that yes, it is critical. Now they see, the things that they've been ignoring for so many years, they need to update them. We need to have fiber. We need to bring our broadband speed up to date. And I haven't heard anything, any of my friends from abroad talk about bandwidth overload. And then I know that at the moment Netflix and all the others are saying, you know, they have to reduce quality for streaming because there are people just oversubscribe, you know, they're watching things up and down the country, all over the world, and that's understandable because their business scaling model is not to that. But in terms of basic communication wise, you know, like we just don't have that infrastructure. It's not up to date, it's too slow. Similar thing for any other things like our health system and our benefit system. None of that is actually up to date, and it's too many manual work. It's not streamlined, it's too complicated. These a lot of systems are basically old system from 60, 70 years ago. It's been slowly evolving over time, but they haven't looked at what today's society needs, and then it just doesn't apply anymore, a lot of the things. And now you start these problems starting to appear. So this is something that I think the government needs to look at, you know, after this episode is completely gone, and they need to revisit all the policies and all the systems and everything like that. I think that's something that they need to look at urgently. You know, these things, like a lot of scientists say, you know, this is not a one-off. You know, this is going to come back, you know, every so often. You know, in the future, it's not going to be. We have to prepare, you know, as a nation, as a country, and everywhere in the world as well, not just us. And I think we need to be prepared. So, let's just like Asia, you know, Hong Kong and China, Japan. They seen SARS 10 years ago, and then now they see it again. And you know, at least to a certain extent, the hygiene levels, the hygiene knowledge are much better than us, and that's a fact because they've seen it, they've done it. So this is something that we have to know, right? Okay, anyway, so let's talk a little bit about other Londoners, you know, like I mentioned about the lockdown. So this is something I want to show you guys because trying to get that picture up. I think it's this one here, right? This is what happened last weekend, and when people actually no, this is Monday. I think this is extracted from a newspaper. So this is exactly what's happening at the moment. A lot of these are self-employed workers. You know, they needed to put money on the table, on food on the table, so they need to go out and earn money. And at the moment, government suggesting non-essential workers should be home. So essential and critical workers should be going out, but not the others. Like any non-essential people should be staying home. That's what I'm trying to say. I completely crossed my mind there. But anyway. So what do you think about this? You know, like, what is urgent? You know, to stay home. You know, if you are one of these people who really, really needed to work and get money in for the family to buy food, or you should stay home and try not to spread the virus. But I think the problem is, and like I mentioned about the benefit system in London, in UK in general, you just not good enough, and a lot of the people just can't apply for anything. You know, the system just not there, the money just not there, and the application process way too complicated. And rather than wasting time queuing up, get approval, you go out and work. And there are a lot of construction companies still open at the moment. This is another thing that we're going to debate in the next couple of days and see whether all this construction should stop. Yeah, it's going to be weird. But anyway, so let's just discard this for now, and we'll hear something either today or tomorrow from the Prime Minister to see whether these workers should stay home. Unless they change the system, I think they were going to continue unless the government actually ban construction in general. So we'll see. Okay, now talk about my work. Well, and it's going to be a little bit sad to say that, you know, like all my work is completely gone. You know, basically 2020, all my bookings are gone. And hi, David. So I have no more portrait work, I have no more wedding work, and it's kind of all disappear. It's kind of sad in a way, you know. I still want to do shots like that, you know. It's just something that I enjoy to do, but I can't see that happening for the foreseeable future. Even if they do, you know, I don't know, you know, how people's finances and things like that is. Photography suddenly has become a luxury item, I think, you know, and we will have to see how this will evolve. I mean, photography services is going to be a luxury item. I'm hoping that is not as bad as I'm thinking, you know. Of course, I'll think the opposite. I would like to think the opposite, you know. If people are getting better and the economy getting better, you know, I'm hoping business will come back, and then that means that I can make a living out of it. So being a professional photographer and filmmaker at current situation is very bad, and I have seen a lot of fellow photographers, full-time professional photographers, filmmakers, YouTubers, where we're all struggling because we're relying on a lot of these services that we provide to make money and to make a living, right? And so these are completely disappear now. It's kind of it's sad to see. It's sad to hear when your client just say, oh, you know, like the government's banned weddings now, so we can't have weddings at the moment. We don't know what is going to happen, whether we're going to be delaying our wedding, blah blah blah. Even if they restart the whole public gathering again, that means weddings can come back. They may not have the finance to actually support it, so we shall see. There's going to be something, right? And another thing that I enjoyed is, of course, street photography, and something that I really enjoy going out and do every now and then. Of course, I also test a lot of gears on the street, as you know, from my YouTube channel. And this is something that I cannot do. I don't know for how long, and then it's going to be something it'll be really, really challenging for me to continue. And so it's just something. I don't know how to describe. You know, it's got this empty feeling inside of me. And of course, I like my film photography. And when I spoke to Lomography yesterday, and they're also a little bit worried as well because the world is kind of stopped. And the reason I want to give shout out to Lomography is if people, any analog photographers out there who are still shooting films, please support Lomography a little bit. You know, buy some film from the online store, just something, because they you know, I don't want to see them go under. To be quite honest, you know, they are good people there. They're very enthusiastic and very passionate about photography, even though they may not be the digital people, you know, but they are very, very good. Oh, hi Ross, and can you read some Red 35? Revisit some old Red 35 video. I might do that later because you know, the current setup that I'm doing at the moment, I need to organize in a way that I can pull up videos as and when I want to. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to you know, organize this setup here that I have for this live streaming. Yeah, it's not as easy as my thing. You can see that I'm just clicking certain buttons in the room, but all this I had to do it. I have to pre-order it before this streaming happens, and I have to bring it in time. So I'm still practicing. I need to bring it into a format that is more structured. At the moment, I'm still quite random at the moment because I think it's better for me to test out the system, test out the streaming quality, and see whether you guys can hear me okay, whether I can react quick enough. Because what I want to see is live questions. Even like in the future, because for this software I can bring in people from Skype as well. That means I can bring in live guests. That would be cool. You know, I can talk to you guys. So this is something I'm still experimenting. And if this is successful, you know, and this could become one of my main programs on Facebook and YouTube, so that would be quite good. Anyway, so I need to be more structured. That's why I'm starting to write notes. I never write notes before. This is weird for me. This is new. Yeah, even you can see how professional I am. I'm actually writing on the back of an envelope. So anyways, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Put some comment down in this video, so I will take notes of it. I will slowly form a schedule of things that I want to talk about. I may want to talk about some of the photography that I've done before, show some of the photos and tell you all about that photos and why I did that, why I shoot that, and then the good and bad about that photos and things like that. I will criticize my own photos, for instance. If you want to do the same, you're very welcome to email me your photos. I will do a critique session, you know, all constructive. I'm not going to slate you off. You know, only if you want to improve your photography and let me know what you want to do, and I will be able to help you. So yeah. Let's do something like that. I think that's more interactive, and this is probably something that all followers would like to hear, because you guys follow me because of my photography, so I would do something photography related, and even filmmaking. And I'm happy to do something as well because now I'm on YouTube, so anything is video related. Olympus, of course, I'm an Olympus ambassador, so if you guys want to know more about Olympus gears, yeah, hit me up. Yeah, I work with a lot of brands, and so I do have a lot of gears in the house, so I can be able to demonstrate certain things, certain features, so I will be able to show you something. Okay, so I think I should stop here right now. It's been quite a while for this live stream, so I will stop here, and let me know your feedback. Let me know. I shall speak to you guys very, very soon. So stay safe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I still need to schedule a time for streaming, and but of course with family in the house, it's going to be a little bit tricky. So I just need to make sure that you know, the kids are quiet, and then I'll be able to do something, or my wife is not working or doing some teleconferencing, things like that. So I need to be in a quiet environment to be able to speak properly. Anyway, so I will speak to you guys tomorrow, and I will see you tomorrow. Yep. Maybe around 11 o'clock, I don't know. Let me know what's the best time for you guys. I'll try to have a average answers, and then I will try to pick a time that's good for everybody. So I will speak to you guys soon. Oh, don't forget, today 3 p.m. I will have my YouTube live session, Q&A, talk about photography, Olympus gears, things in general. Okay, join me on YouTube. I will put the link after this video is ended to my YouTube channel, so you guys can go there if you want to continue the conversation or talk about photography, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.